Hello, traders. Welcome to one more episode of Analyzing the Markets with Jay Flores. Today, I'm going to go very quick analyzing as much as pairs as we can. So I'm going to go kind of quick because I don't want to take a long time checking all these pairs right here. Okay, just an overview of the whole market, and so you can have a better idea how I do my analysis for the trades, for the week. So, and also I'm still using Simplicity, but I always use TradingView for my analysis. I use different indicators. I've been trading for the last 10 years, and I'm familiar with different indicators. I understand how that work, and Simplicity is just one of the indicators that I use. So I say that because a lot of people still asking me, still using Simplicity? Yes, I'm still using it. But most of the time, I use it for entries. Let me show it to you guys right here. I use it for entries right now. I'm on Ncdchf and also on JPY, as you can see. So let's go real quick in my analysis. Let me get this a little bit lower so we can get a little bit more. Okay, for gold, for example, I normally gonna look at the daily real quick. Right there. I normally look at the daily. I look for a pattern. Normally try to enclose the price like that. And obviously, these are resistance, obviously, and this support. They're dynamic trend lines, correct? Also, before I enter any trade, I look left to see if there's a strong support. For example, on gold, it went down, from that trend line right there. You had 1, 2. All you need in a daily or the weekly, two touches, and you can expect to have a rejection. One, I mean, it's possible, but if you have 2 touches in a trend line, it's a very good possibility, or the chances go higher. Okay, so excuse me, I'm trying to clear my throat here. So he hit the top upper band of that resistance right there, and then it started going down. As you can see right there, if I go to the 4-hour, it did like a big drop right there. The entrance was right there. That's confirmation pretty much for your trades. If you're coming from very strong resistance on the top, then don't just enter. Wait for that reaction of the market, and then put yourself a trigger and plan that trade. If this one closes below, I'll go into that trade pretty much. That's what you do, and you will have success. Always go, for a good risk reward, and you will always have success like that. Ncdchf real quick. Let's go look at the daily. Ncdchf. We are in this channel currently right now, and as you can see, we have one touch right there. And if I extend this like that, you can see that. That's another touch right there. That was a overshoot, and right now we are right there at that point. Let's go to the 1 hour real quick. So my entrance for this trade will be in that if the market closes with a momentum candle here, that is going to be my entrance. My stop loss is going to be below the last or the previous low, and then I'm going to shoot for 2 or 3 R's, up to the up. Okay, but I need the market to confirm. Okay, I need the market to confirm. How do I use Simplicity for this? Let me show you. I go to Simplicity. Let me look for that pair, and that'll be Ncdchf. I will go to the 1 hour or even 30 minutes, and let me show it to you. Okay, my entry for the longer term entry, That's what I'm talking about, will be when the market breaks this. But if you use the simplicity, you can wait for the market. Well, number one, get triple arrow signal. You got a double bottom right there already touching a support. And if that triple arrow shows up and then he breaks this area right here, that will be a good area. And if it crosses about the 50, that's a 50 EMA, with the strong momentum candles, you can go into it earlier. But my longer or medium term entry will be another high over here to confirm. Let's look this one in the 1 hour, see how it looks here. And that's, that's impulse. It's doing a correction right now. And then we're going to wait for another impulse. So let's look at the 4 hour. In the 4 hour, it's in our favor, it already had triple arrows right there and it's doing that correction. And if this one works out, which it has a very high possibility, the way things look at this point, because this did it like a giant impulse right here, and then all this is a correction of a bigger pattern, obviously, and then this is the impulse, and this is a correction for a smaller pattern right here. Okay, so let's look at the daily, and you can see the daily is in our favor too. Up, correction, up, correction, and I think it's going to go at least to the top of this, at least to this resistance right there, that's a lot of pips. This is the daily right there. If it makes it to that area, I'm sorry about that. If it makes it to that area, that's 140 pips to that area. Okay. So that's the idea, okay, of the trades. Let me get this. Okay. Another one that has it's looking very good. It's the Mexican peso. Isn't that bullish pattern right now? But it's in that top boundary, and it's also in a zone, right? This is a resistance zone. If you look in the past, that was a resistance zone. So all this area. As a matter of fact, that line is supposed to go a little bit higher. Right there, we're in that zone. So there's a possibility, if I look at the MACD, the momentum is going down, the price is going up. That's divergence right there. Excuse me. So I look at the 1 hour, I lower to the 1 hour. Even in the 1 hour, for my medium term entry will be the break of this low right here, previous low, momentum candle breaking low, that's the entrance. But if I'm gonna go even to the 15 minutes, because we can catch this one even earlier. Let me look, see if we have that Mexican peso. I don't have set up the Mexican peso in simplicity right now, but let's go to 15 minutes, because this can happen today or tomorrow if it starts, already rebounding lower. In 50 minutes, you can wait for the break of this support right there and just enter. And keep in mind, you're going to have a trend line right here. It might correct again, but if it breaks again, and then later in the 1 hour, if it breaks, it's just going to keep going lower. If it's going to have a reaction at that resistance for a probable correction, right? And if it respects that trend line, it should come, at least 50% of the move right here around this area, if everything works. The market moves that way, so that's the expectancy, but we're gonna wait for confirmation to go into that trade. And then once it comes here, look for buys in these areas and go up higher. So that's the plan for dollar Mexican peso. Ncdchf in the daily, that's the pattern. In the daily, 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. It was like, great trades right there. And now we have 3 touches. So we are going to wait to see if the market is going to react to that resistance, or if the market is going to keep going. If it breaks this trend line, what we should do at this point is wait for the break, wait for a retest, and then go, with the trend. That's if it breaks that the resistance trend line right there. But it can also rebound to the bottom one more time. And we'll see how the market behaves on USD/CHF. That's the plan. USD CAD, that's the pattern, and it's on its way up. Okay, when it's in the middle of patterns, or you can still trade. Obviously, go with the trend. The daily, it's going up, right? The trend is very clear, so you can go to the 1 hour and wait for the market to come down for supports. Like this is a strong support right there. The market can come, and if you have a confluence right here with a support plus a trend line, those are good entrances to keep going up because it still has some room, but the market can just return from there. So if it returns to the bottom, my interest will be the break of this trigger right here. So USDJPY real quick. USDJPY, I don't like that USDJPY, but that's the pattern right there. Okay. In the 1 hour, it did another pattern inside of a pattern. It was a correction right there, and now it's breaking to a top again. Okay, that's USD. The gold, we already saw it. Just gonna do a few more. Gonna look for the odd pairs, and I'll pick odd USD. I don't think I'm gonna do all of them because it's gonna be like a long video. Okay, daily. What is the pattern on daily? That's what I see right now, the pattern. Okay, so I'm waiting for a reaction anywhere in this area, or the market can come to this area too. So I'm gonna mark the next stations if the train keeps going. Okay, it moves this line lower. So if the train keeps going lower, which it looks like it can return from there, or it can keep going, or just shooting lower and lower. So we're gonna go to the 1 hour, and I already have a mark right there, my 1 hour channel. It will be this right there. So you see the market is going lower lows. So I won't go into the market until I need to move this one now because this one moved lower. I won't go into the market in odd USD until I see a break up from this trigger zone right there. Momentum candle closing above this, that's my entry with a stop loss below the lows. Going for 2, 3, 4 R's, whatever it comes, and then you manage your trade from that point. The market can go all the way down here, all the way down here. Doesn't matter. We're gonna wait for those triggers all the time, for those confirmation that the market is gonna give you something like it happened here, for example. That was a trigger, and momentum candle break to those triggers, and then it goes higher. You can see the same thing over here when it goes higher, but the trend line is down, so the best trades are to the down until the markets change directions. Okay, so you can see entries here, entries here, entries here, but it's very easy to say that right when you see it right in front of you guys. It already happened. It's harder to catch them right live. So odd USD, I'm gonna give you what's going on with the euro also. Euro. Okay, I'm waiting exactly for the same thing. Let's look at the daily to see what is the pattern, and even on the weekly, it's a giant pattern, right? Boom, boom, boom. But the market still coming down. The price, or it's right here right now, and there. If I look left, obviously there's support, strong support, right? You guys can see it here. Touch. That was support. Excuse me. Yeah, that was support here. Resistance, support, in all these areas over here. So many touches. So that's a good area right there where we are. I can mark it. That's the bottom of that area. And let me get this line too. I'll just mark the zone right there. And that's the zone pretty much. Now, the fact that I'm marking lines, that doesn't mean nothing. I'm always ready for the market just to break those zones like nothing and go all the way down here to the trend line, or even go lower to that point right there. The market is going to do what it has to do. But we are looking for a reaction. So let's go to the 1 hour. We're trying to catch that reversal or even a correction. So during the weekend or last week, I was waiting for the market to break above this. And my theory was if I had a strong candle, momentum candle breaking above this area, I'm going into the market. But that, it's a protection right there, because you can see that's a protection. A lot of people can just go in, right, like nothing, with no trigger or no security. So now the market went lower. So I can still leave it there, you know, but now there's a little more confirmation, because I have, let's look at this on the 4 hour, because it's a big trend. Now, well, we do have internal divergence. You see momentum going up here from the bottom up, and momentum going from the top down here. So that's divergence from this low to this low. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be very, very patient. I can even go to a 30-minute if I want to kind of scalp this and wait for the market to break this high right there. That can happen tomorrow if the market starts, you know, returning. And I can do that and wait for the market to break above this and just go to the next zone from here to here. And if it breaks higher, you know, we keep going, we keep moving our stop loss, just like trading, right? Okay, friends, so I don't want to make this too longer. I'm just explaining the way I'm doing things. And I am talking to a friend right now who is a trader, but he's from another country, who has his own system with TradingView also. And pretty soon, maybe in a couple weeks, I'm going to start showing it to you. It's a whole system, and it's a great style. He's very successful. But I'm going to show it to you in a couple weeks. But this is the plan for this week, and let's hope we have a good trading week. Please protect your capital. Don't risk more than 1, maximum 2% of your total capital per trade. That means inside of the markets, because I mean, if you put 2% per trade in your 3 trades, you're actually risking 6% of your capital. So what I mean is 2% in between 3 or 4 trades. Don't risk more than 2% of your capital live in the markets. Okay, friends, so thank you very much. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and subscribe, like it, please. Hit that like notification so we can keep that this channel moving. And thank you very much. Be safe. And if I don't see you guys there in another video during the week, if I see something going on or something breaking above, I'll probably do a quick video during the week. But we have Thanksgiving week, so a lot of people are going to be on vacation in the middle of the week. So we'll see what happens. God bless you all. Have a great Thanksgiving if you celebrate. Safe drive if you're going to drive out, and do everything correct. God bless you all. Bye-bye.